Previously on Discuss TNA Impact Wrestling. Everything sucks, man. Just everything. Just like, where is Rosemary? Why is she a goofball? The booking has been terrible. I really don't think Hard to Kill is going to give us what people are expecting. I just think it's been letdown after letdown. There hasn't been a show in months. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Discuss TNA Impact Wrestling. Those were my words, or mostly, or whatever. And yeah, listen, sometimes people are wrong or things change, and that's a lot what happened this weekend or last night at Hard to Kill. Let me just say, well, really quick before we bring Gary in, Hard to Kill was a damn good show with surprises, great matches, and they actually got Dolph. Plus Dana Brooke. Explosion is back, something that myself and Gary have been, well, we talked about a bunch. They finally made a faction that isn't lame as shit. There's something else I would love to mention right now at the beginning, but it's a spoiler, so we're going to get to spoilers at the end of the show. And yeah, I'm JaySin. I'm here with my co-host, Gary the Horror King. He has his own horror channel that is active again, which is linked on here right now, I believe. And he also has his Eagles playing tonight, so we might want to rush this episode. What's happening, Gary? And what are your quick thoughts on Hard to Kill?
Doing very good. Well, Jay. Hopefully you didn't break your pancreas last week. What I was gonna say is, what I didn't know if I was supposed to interrupt you or not at that point. You said keep it kind of positive on the channel. I think what stood out for me to kick off,
cool. Go ahead.
Hard to Kill was the Tron. I think it even shadowed the tunnels just because there was only one, and that Tron was like gigantic. It looked very majestic.
You and your Trons, you weirdo. Before I forget, like, subscribe. Okay, just gonna try and pop that in people's heads every now and then. Now, some quick news. TNA Africa. That's a thing, or shit. Hang on, I'll get to that in a second. Trinity, it turns out, this is from today, has extra or has more dates with TNA Wrestling. So she is not gone yet. At least that is what PW Insider said today, January 15th. We are told Trinity has several more dates with the promotion and did not finish up yesterday at TV where she wrestled Jordan Grace. Yeah, that's not a spoiler because she had to get her rematch. I mean, she did, like, I shared videos in our group, the Just Another Pro Wrestling group on Facebook, sponsored by alldistractions.com. Got a lot of plugs in there. And before I forget, we're going to get, if I mentioned it quickly, we are going to do the spoilers of what happened at the tapings because there's a lot of interesting shit that kind of goes along with Hard to Kill and changed my mind about a lot of things, or at least, I don't know. I feel like they were kind of at a low point, and I just wanted something, like I was bitching about like so many different things, and like just giving me. I was so happy seeing a group, The System, they're called, which me and Gary mentioned. Like, it's just a cool, simple name. You can probably make a lot of cool shirts out of that, The System. Like, I don't know. I really like that. It's very easy. It's simple. Impact has not had a cool goddamn group in a long, since what, OVE? And that was only 3 people. Like, they usually never have groups good over, like, 4 people.
Well, I think it's a case.
Am I forgetting one, Gary?
I think a lot of it is it's a case of them being away and kind of being on the more creative end, coming up with
definitely
the system, and I think this was in their favor for the time away.
I mean, I don't like well, again, there's a lot of things like, I didn't love the whole goddamn thing. I didn't love the show. I didn't love everything about it. I mean, I thought it was very good, and I would say everything is much better than it was. Be a billion times better than it was last time we recorded when I was miserable and just like. But again, we don't know about the ratings. Like, the ratings are still at an all-time low, like historically. So whatever. Like, I'm not going to get into ratings, but so I just found this again. TNA partners with Star Times, bringing exclusive TNA coverage to Africa in 2024. You can read about that at TNAWrestling.com. They changed their name back, so yeah, That looks pretty cool.
Did not hear that one at all. That's really cool.
Yeah, really quick. Bringing exclusive TNA content to more than 30 countries throughout Africa in January 2024. So, damn, that's a lot of countries in Africa. Didn't even know that, yo. Okay,
Yeah.
so what else? Yeah, I was looking. Oh yeah, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. I'll try and do this quick, even though he kind of talks a lot here. Let's get to the highlights. He spoke with Fightful about TNA. Had a lot of time to think. Blah blah blah. I said I really feel like I'm a wanted man because after my last job, I had so many. I'm so lucky that I had so many people reach out to me. A bunch of people instantly said, "We want you here." Like, so it sounds like pretty much everyone. It sounds like AEW and TNA and probably MLW, New Japan.
I just gotta say, didn't he
What
show up in New Japan? Didn't he show up in New Japan at some point before all of Hard to Kill? I believe I saw a video.
Good question. I'm not sure. I think maybe.
Yeah, I think he did.
I think maybe. I'm not sure. But he said he was like, I could show up and be a hired gun here, take this guy out, and I'm figuring out where we can go. And then I watched TNA go to Impact and go back to TNA. And then they had this special Hard to Kill, which is a coming out party for TNA again. And I thought that could be a perfect fit. Hopefully I can back it up in the ring other than just talking about it and showing up. So that's cool. Like he wants to prove himself. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. What better than rebirth of TNA?
Yeah, and now let's get to the actual goddamn show, which was really good. But there's a bunch of things I'm, obviously going to pick apart. And before we get to that, let's do ratings. Not ratings. Let's do grades. So my pal Christian Thompson, who I learned is an Aussie, gave it an 8 out of 10. Them being an Aussie doesn't really change anything, but it is something I just learned. So if anyone is anti-Australians, take that with a grain of salt. And then Hall over at 411 also gave it an 8 out of 10. So I got to be honest, that was kind of my first thought. I don't know. Do you have a grade before I give mine out?
I'm going to go half a point higher. I'm going to give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I thought you might go 9 actually.
Yeah, 8.5, 8.7.
Okay, I'm going to split the difference and go 8.25.
Okay,
yeah, I'll split the difference and go 8.25 or something like that. A little above 8 and a little below 8.5. Dolph was like one of those actual moments where I kind of marked out a little. Like I've always been a Dolph fan. I mean, I didn't even think he was like underused. I just thought WWE was smart as hell and just used him like he was like a, what do you call that goddamn tool that people use and they say it's like a multi-purpose tool, whatever. He's like a multi-purpose tool for WWE that they could have fucking used everywhere, and like he just put on great matches with everyone. You know what I mean?
Well,
and it's like he didn't. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, just with me with my grade, as long as we're kind of talking about that. I just thought the vacated lack of ring, the staging, there really wasn't any, and I felt like that was really vacated. Like it was screaming for at least one more sign of some sort there, and like the staging facing.
That's how you confuse me.
The staging facing the crowd. There should have been a LED sign or something out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I was actually thinking that, and I thought you were going to really dislike the look of the show just because it didn't have something like that. But I guess you really liked the Tron, so it kind of broke your mind or won you over. I don't know.
Huge.
But if you like that, you're going to love what TNA Impact the show looks like. And I say that for fans also. Like the show looks, in my opinion, better than the pay-per-view looked. In terms of the, just whatever. I don't rude things, but you can look it up. It's out there. It's on social media.
I think in the case of, I think with the setup is
probably. Whoa, Gary just sounded like a robot. I don't know if anyone heard that.
I think the case of them being already set up too, they could add to it, with them already set up. So I'm sure it probably does look better just because they were probably kind of in a rush to get it, all prepared for the rebirth of TNA.
Yeah. So before we move on, let me just the system, who we mentioned a few times, is new champion Moose. We'll get to that obviously. Eddie Edwards, Alicia Edwards.
And I forgot to mention. We forgot to mention
Brian Myers and D'Angelo Williams.
Oh, that was really cool to see. But we might want to mention before we get into the podcast, the review. Tonight's podcast is also brought to you by the Gravitas Ventures film, The Mummy Murders, now available on streaming services everywhere.
This motherfucker in his movies always getting shit in there on me. So yeah, I'm really curious about D'Angelo. Like, we've seen him in Impact in TNA before. I mean, is this his life choice?
He had a tie-in with Moose, I believe.
Now wrestler. I'm guessing it's a part-time kind of thing where he's like a manager and a shit talker that maybe does some spots, but maybe it's a lot more.
I definitely think he's going to be part of the system, though.
Oh no, he is. Yeah, he's definitely part of it.
Oh yes, I didn't see that in the.
He's
okay.
Part of it.
That's cool.
Well, if you didn't rudely interrupt me when I was naming the members of the system a minute ago. But yeah, it's Moose the Edwards. It's Moose the Edwards our boy Myers and D'Angelo. So, I mean, and they all kind of fit. You know what I mean? Like Moose was with Myers. I think D'Angelo and Moose go back, and then Eddie and Moose kind of had like the love-hate, or more hate, but maybe some love.
Well, speaking of Eddie and the faction, I don't know if you caught on TV, like when they were coming through the tunnel, it looked like Alicia was kind of walking out too early before the music hit, and she kind of like tucked tail and
I did catch that. Yeah,
I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, you have to go back a bit.
Yeah, which is kind of
also
funny.
Sorry, people.
What's that?
Sorry, people. I think we're having some audio issues. So whatever. You're gonna have to deal with it. It's a snowy day, and we're across. No, we're not really across the country, but Gary lives in the middle of nowhere, so it's hard for him to get good service.
Yeah, we're in the.
He's got like 40 inches of snow. He's literally sitting in a giant ball of snow right now with a walkie-talkie. So that's how we get these shows done. Let me just quickly read some Christian. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that night we got all that snow. I had to chase my dog down because it got out of the cage, and I had to run her halfway across the driveway to get her. And I didn't know she'd hear me with all the wind blowing. So,
well, nice job. Everyone loves dog stories. Nice job getting those in there. Got to quickly mention, I absolutely hated our girls, MK Ultra, who maybe this was a last minute thing because they both Instagram and tweeted how excited they were. Like, they looked fantastic in the red. Like, you know what I mean? Because it fits them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, the red fits.
Was it just me, or did they have different theme music? It sounded like it was a little different.
Oh, good question. There was a lot. There was so much different shit. I couldn't keep up. But yeah, let us know in the comments if that was a thing.
Yeah, I totally
again. I agree with Christian Thompson. Sorry, so many times. And like to have one, I just want to read one because it's like so good. I had been highly critical of the way this reboot had been handled, but hopefully Nemeth and highlights of the great action throughout the night have reached a bigger audience, and it's onwards and upwards for TNA in 2024. And it goes on, but check that out, tjrwrestling.net. The whole thing is great. And like I totally agree with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like we were both like really down, but like we got a few things that just kind of like we didn't ask for a ton, you know?
Yeah, well, my thing is with the venue itself, it felt like we were kind of in the Hammerstein Ballroom a little bit because it had the upper decks and everything. Kind of looked like a more like modern version of that, and that really took me back to the time when Bully Ray and Devon put Dixie through the table, and that kind of had me like excited too, because I didn't think the venue would be this nice on TV, and it looked top notch. If we could have some place in our rotation that we do tapings and whatnot, we have to revisit this venue. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't like about the system was, like, couldn't they have shown them coming together? Maybe in the last few weeks, like on the bullshit shows they had. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's fair.
Like how many groups? Like how many groups do you see not forming and they just come out?
Well, my thing is with it, Jay.
But whatever. I mean, we can't.
Nobody at the show knew what was going on because they didn't even know who the system was.
That's what I mean. Yeah, unless if you didn't watch that, friggin', like, if you didn't see the backstage part, yeah, you have no idea why these people are together. And yeah. I mean, they could be cool going forward, but maybe I don't know. Maybe instead of doing it the way they did, like, you create the system throughout the matches during the night. You know what I mean? And it ends with them helping Moose win the title. Whatever. That's my fantasy booking there. And
I do think it's key that they give them a catchy theme, because you kind of give them a shitty theme and the faction just like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Before we get into this, I watched a show with my boy Robles, and he's just so goddamn like into it that it's like infectious. You know what I mean? So like I found myself more into it, so that helped. And thanks, dude. And we were watching like the entire thing. So at the end of the show, like I guess it's just a basic pay-per-view screen that comes up, and it said like, but it totally looked like a hacker kind of screen. You know what I mean? I don't know if I shared this with you. I hope maybe I can pull it up during the thing, but it looked like I don't know how to explain it. If you watch a pay-per-view and it's over, you know what I mean, and you just keep letting it run and run, like it eventually goes to like a screen where it's like, the colors, and it said Impact PPVC Peak Uplink Truck 4. So like me and Robles just start yelling like, the hacker is here. And I mean, it's 99% not, but I mean, they could have done something like that, you know what I mean, to end the show, just like, whatever. I mean, their hacking stuff has been shitty, so I'm totally cool with them avoiding the hacker stuff for now. But like we were talking about how they can do it like a good version of it, like an updated, where it's not just some idiot turning lights on and off. Like it's actually people messing with phones and like sending text messages. Like, I don't know. I think we thought that could be interesting. Okay, for the pay-per-view. Okay, go.
Oh, we might want to mention too, on TNA Plus, the Plus app, if you're watching it through there, you might want to click on the left-hand side of the screen to know when they're having like a live show, because like I was watching, I had to re-record the Hard to Kill because I wasn't able to watch it when it aired because of the weather is a bit inclement. But on the left-hand side, it was kind of screwed up. Like you didn't really know that they were going live, like on this main screen, and like I had to pull up this like pop-up window to click on it. So
yeah,
hopefully they get that fixed, and because somebody's gonna think that they aren't signed up or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that because I do not yet have TNA Plus. Not sure if I'm gonna get it. We shall see. Okay, now getting to the actual show. Starting off with, here's a note. Danny Luna was the highlight of the X match for me, and the low light was Scott's girlfriend winning that match. Enough already. Enough. Nobody really gives a shit about Giselle. I mean, she's lost.
Oh yeah, I thought they might go. I thought they might 20.
I really think she's lost.
Oh, she's lost on a losing streak. Yeah,
she's lost like 20 straight title matches. That's not even a joke. Anyone could look it up. She's never won a title match, and she's been in a billion. So, I mean, I thought it would definitely be Tasha, maybe Danny.
Well, Tasha came,
and I kind of did fear Giselle.
she kind of came close to snagging it. So, like, I honestly
Yeah.
thought maybe she might fall or somehow, and then the X fall to the ground and she catches it or something. I thought maybe there might be a double whammy of her, basically retaining the Ultimate X for a second consecutive year.
Yeah. I mean, it was very good overall. I mean, especially considering the talent in the match, which I don't want to bash them, but like they're not as good as last year's with like Deanna, and I think Jordan was in it.
I was very surprised.
You know what I mean? Like just literally having Deanna.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know how you felt about it, but I thought Zia Brookside was very
I don't know.
impressive. I thought I didn't think she'd be that good. I thought she'd be
Just cool.
really green.
I agree. Well, not at the green, but I know she's been around, but she looks very, very freak. She looks like she's like 17 or some shit. But yeah, she's been around, and I mean, they should Dana actually showed a picture today of like them from today and like 5 years ago. So she can't be that young, you know what I mean? She's or like might have been longer than 5 years ago. I don't know, but whatever. So she has history.
And we might want to mention too that she
Dana
just
Brooke,
was
which is cool.
Newly signed too.
Yeah, she was from AEW.
Okay.
Jody looked pretty good doing her thing, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like Jody is like, she's gonna lose. I just don't want people in the match that we're gonna lose.
Was there?
Like, I thought Alicia would have a chance just because of her new. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just thought it was very surprised. I was surprised at how much Jody Threat had pulled out the high flying action. I didn't think she was capable of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of, well, that is her thing, and yeah, I mean, this was like the perfect kind of match for her to look good. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was very good, and I love these kind of goddamn matches. And sorry, I didn't forget the pre-show, but I didn't want to get angry too early because why the hell was Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Steve Macklin, and Rich Swann on the pre-show, but Oleg Prudius had like a fucking 20-minute multiple match segment on the main show? I mean, I guess it's because you want people to buy the main show by watch. Okay, I mean, that's kind of fair, but I don't know. I thought there was, like, again, don't have 3 matches. Have 2 matches like you always fucking say. Focus on Steve beating Dreamer. It would have felt even bigger, even though it was awesome. I think everyone loves Steve. I think everyone wanted Steve to beat Tommy. I do think that's a problem, though. I heard Steve chants. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be the heel.
Oh.
Like, everyone, if you look around, everyone is happy that Steve is champ.
Well, I think it's of that audience that is sick of Tommy, having the digital media title.
Like, yeah,
and I might add,
totally. And just sick of Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, you want that title to mean something.
I mean, we did nail it. Tommy should have made it a hardcore title. Steve could have kept it as a hardcore title. Like, digital media is just stupid. I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean what it ever was supposed to mean. Because, like, I think it should mean, like, they don't wrestle on television. They wrestle on stupid TNA Plus stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that, I don't know. I think that's how it originally was. Like, Jordan was wrestling those indie shows, remember? Like, it made sense back then. Now it's a fucking TV title, and it's just, I don't know. That's one thing they could have easily changed with all the changes they have going on. And I think it would have been so easy with Dreamer and, with this feud, but whatever. Steve got the win. Really happy about that. Macklin basically squashed Rich Swann, which kind of shocking. But I mean,
yeah, with the KIA.
But Swann just lost pretty quickly the night before. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I was thinking of something else. Okay, yeah. So Macklin beats Swann. I mean, I don't know. I guess they just don't like Swann. I don't know what else I can. I don't know. The guy beat.
My opinion, I like Rich Swann, but like he's never had a good gimmick. Like really had much I felt like
Oh no, I agree, but he lost to Kenny Omega. He's the guy that lost to Kenny Omega. That's how he lost his title. He never got a rematch. He never got anything, and now he's
and he's kind of free fall
getting
since
squashed in the first match of the pre-show. Oh, it's a total free fall. I just hope it leads. But again, if it leads to a story, then cool. But like, this has been a long one, so I don't think it is. I think it's going to lead to Swan just leaving the company, but we'll see. And then I didn't like EY and Myers with the new group, and like those are four. Sorry, no offense to a little offense to Myers. EY, Kazarian, and Eric Young are three huge names, and three huge TNA names. Like, I just don't think they should have been on the pre-show.
No, definitely not.
I mean, Eric Young narrated the fucking show. Then he's on the pre-show.
It would have been more like. Well, I would have thought it would have been better to just like go backstage and like, have some kind of like vignettes of different Impact talent saying what TNA means for them and things like, kind of building up the whole brand of TNA, kind of showing maybe some old video packages of old Impact matches.
And while that's happening, maybe you're showing stuff backstage and you're kind of seeing the system forming. You know what I mean? Instead of it just being this shit happened in the months we weren't watching. It feels like a television thing. Like when did it happen? Oh, when it was off screen. You know what I mean? Like it's like a joke that this guy makes that I always watch YouTube stuff. Also, the AJ Francis thing. I thought that was fun. I don't know about you. What did you think? We didn't talk about this at all. So.
Well, Jay, when I seen the limo and all I could think was Ric Flair, and I'm like, he ain't gonna be here because he's with AEW, but. I saw the long blonde hair, and then I thought, "Whoa, is that Mercedes Moné?"
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no. Oh, you. Oh no, you're thinking of. Oh no, so I'm sorry. I meant Top Dollar.
Oh, okay.
With Joe Hendry. Actually, with Joe Hendry.
I honestly did not want to like this, but I really liked the introduction between Joe Hendry.
And it's kind of like it.
I don't know. I just really liked it because it's been a while since like Joe Hendry's had somebody kind of like take it, make him the end of the joke in a way because he like beat him down.
Yeah. Which is a big dude. I mean, the choke that was a really good choke slam.
Yeah, I don't think he's probably. I don't know how much he's probably about as tall as what's his name. Somebody called my mama. That's who he reminded me of, but a lot better shape.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Tyrus.
I can't think.
Tyrus.
Yeah.
And the other, and I like the other dude too. He's like sneaky, like I don't know. And he's still
hit him with a laptop.
We mentioned. And like we mentioned in the last show, they were pushing the promoting the event, and he had that was the whole joke that he had the Cheez-It belt, but I mean that was a real belt, and I'm wondering. Does that mean they had to deal with Cheez-It for this, or is that like something he just do? I mean, because he literally had a Cheez-It belt that he won from. What the hell was it? Was it the Cheez-It Bowl? Was it the Cheez-It Bowl?
It's a Cheez-It Bowl, but I guess it's actually called a Citrus Bowl because I looked into that afterwards. I used and it's the Citrus Bowl, and Cheez-It is the sole sponsor. Of that bowl.
So I mean, it's not like he got some bogus. I mean, he didn't win the goddamn thing, but like, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe he just went. Maybe he just took some Cheez-Its and went rogue. I don't know. I thought maybe this was like a cheat.
Plus, Jay, don't you think like somebody like I don't know? I always saw people at wrestling events wearing self-proclaimed belts would always come off as very dickish. Like you didn't beat.
Totally.
Beat nobody for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just see. I don't know. I kind of felt different because I kind of respected him for promoting it the day before, and then so like, I stupidly respected the Cheez-It title, and then I was thinking, Jesus, did I have an actual deal with Cheez-It? Because that would be enormous. You know what I mean? If we start seeing Cheez-It commercials.
I don't know if you caught it, but they got a Cheez-It chant going a little bit in the venue.
Chant. Well, there was a lot. There was a lot of good chants. I think you meant.
I think it would have been a nice.
The crowd was really good.
I think you should have grabbed like a whole wad of the Cheez-Its and stuffed them in Joe Hendry's mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like your old George Animal Steel with the padding. Stick
Yeah,
it in.
again, I mean, God, I hate to spend so much time on Cheez-Its, but again, the lack of the use of Cheez-Its is making me think that Cheez-Its had a say in this. Like, sure, you can use them, but you're not going to shove them down anybody's throat. You're not going to make Cheez-Its look negative. You're going to enjoy our fucking Cheez-Its. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That might just be totally ridiculous. Speaking of totally ridiculous, the second match of the night was Dirty Dango with Oleg Prudius versus Alpha Bravo and PCO. And as much as I love PCO, this could have easily been on the pre-show, switched with the Eddie tag match. Luckily, it was not very long. I don't know if you had a time on this, or if you have any idea how short this was.
No, I don't have the time. I did make one thing that kind of made me like it to a degree, was out of nowhere we get the
Santino?
kind of sounds like the theme to Shaft from our DA.
What, Santino?
Yeah, I liked
Oh,
it
yeah.
here though. I thought this was really cool, and fans ate it up pretty good. Other than that,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry, that was...
very wasted motion kind of match going forward.
This felt very... This just felt... This was a television thing. I don't know why I said it like that. This was a television thing to me, where you do the squash match, and then there's a beat down, and then the GM comes out, and then it makes another match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was 10 minutes or a little more of television. That's a total television setup. Like, you don't see that on pay-per-views. Like, I don't know. That was very odd. Maybe did somebody not? I don't know. That was just odd. Now, was that even announced for the show? Oh yeah, PCO Dango was it?
Yeah, it was 1-on-1, and then it
Yeah,
turned
PCO Dango. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, whatever. I mean, we both love Dango, or we both like him a lot, but we love PCO a
Well, I
lot
want to
more.
mention too, he was newly signed.
Yeah, and to be fair, PCO got to beat who was it? Well, no, he didn't. It was a DQ, but he pretty much beat the shit out. He got to beat up what's his name?
Bravo.
Dango for a little. He got to beat up Dango for a little, and then he got to pin Bravo and hit a PCO salt on Bravo, which was nice. And then here's Hall. Here's Hall. This felt like an Impact match and not much more. But in theory, this is a relaunch for the brand, so it's time to get as many people on the show as possible. I mean, not bad. Also, I totally agree with you about Santino. He is just so much fun. I don't want to see Scott, man. I don't want to see Scott. I want to see him be the president that comes out once every 6 fucking months when there's something important. And every other time you send Santino out because he's a fucking blast.
Well, I kind of feel like our product anymore is kind of becoming WWE light in the shape that is good though. Like the guys that never got an opportunity are kind of form shaping our.
I hate when people say that in like a terrible way. Like WWE's the number one fucking thing in the world. Like 1 billion people watch it like around the world or whatever. Like, why would you want to be like? It's not wrong to be WWE light. It's wrong if you do it in a terrible way. Like they used to, and then they'd be joked on because you have these WWE guys. But like if you're using them in the right way, like I mean, Trinity did an awesome job. We'll get to that. She had another great match. I mean, supposedly she had a great match at the tapings. I'm not going to ruin anything, but I'll just say she had another. I mean, every goddamn match she's been in has been great, and I didn't even think she was very good. So, like, you know, like you said, she stepped it up. She upped her friggin' whatever, and she'll probably go back to WWE and, you know, be more. Yeah, and kind of a place what
I guess that was Deanna did goal.
I think Deanna did the same thing, but whatever. I'm not going to talk about life changes here. So then it was PCO, Rhino, and Jake something versus Alpha Bravo, Dirty Dango, and Oleg Prudius, which went 7 minutes, which was 7 minutes too long for me. And yeah, Faces got the win. If you want to call PCO
all I can think of, Jay,
whatever.
This match might have been added, like rearranged because I think they wanted to try and get Jake something on the show in some form, and I know you don't like it when they do that, but I don't know. They got to find him an identity.
Oh no, they got a real thing for Jake something, man. I was gonna say hard. I mean, yeah, they got a real hard on for Jake something, man. I don't know what it is. Like they're in love with this dude. I mean, he's good, but like they've never given him a character. Like I hope if anyone's listening, like if you like this, if you care about him that much, give him a fucking character, man. Okay, then another thing. This was tough. This was a real tough one. MK Ultra vs. Decay. This was a real brain battle for me because I was extremely happy to see Havoc and Rosemary, who I don't know if there's anything I've been complaining about more than that over the year. I thought Rosemary is one of the greatest fucking characters ever.
Yeah, well, when I heard Decay's music hit and I seen that hand going like through the screen, I was like, "Whoa!" Did not see that coming, and I thought of you instantly when I seen Decay return because I think you've been more against any of it than anyone, and I understand it 100%. But like I honestly thought we might see Courtney Rush and Jessica, being around for a little bit longer.
I was so happy. Yeah. But see, that's one thing and I guess it's the reason why I don't know. I keep going back and forth on the system, but like they could have explained it more, but they also could have explained why Jessica and what's name turned back. But I don't care. I just wanted Rosemary and Havoc back. Like I don't give a shit about the fucking story of how they got back to this. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that. I don't love the fact that they came right back and won the titles, though. I mean, it basically just says we have to change characters, and like we were just goofing around for the last few months. We could have been champs whenever we wanted.
What did they say? The MK Ultra had just passed a milestone. Wasn't it 200 days? I believe as the tag team champions.
Yeah, they just got the titles. They look so nice. Also, I think it's really stupid that they had multiple champions do the what do you call it? The pictures with the new titles. You know what I mean? They did photo shoots with these people.
That I got knowing they were going to
lose the titles a day or something.
Yeah. Well, I
don't know how much photographers cost, but that was a fucking waste of money.
I know that was really kind of like confusing because it was like, like they were supposed to show like they were shocked at what the titles would look like, and then like you said, they were sprouting up Twitter tweets with pictures of
that was super weird. Yeah, and in the videos they were doing it, like in the videos with Scott, they were like he's introducing them, and then they're showing the video, and then they show the pictures in the background of when they did the photo shoot. I don't know, whatever. It should okay. Well, sorry. Here's something we missed that we should have got to earlier. Also kind of confusing. Maybe you have something on this. Maybe there's been more news. TNA and AAA. Have they not been working together?
I guess this was proclamated an official partnership. I don't know if this means we can use. I mean, as long as our talents are really not doing anything, I guess we'll be swapping out talents. I guess.
Do you think a lot is going to change, or this was more?
I think this will
change from the past relationship, or this was more of like a pay-per-view kind of a, have two presidents look big kind of.
I honestly feel like, how you always say that Impact doesn't ever, or TNA now, doesn't.
Sorry, you went in and out there a little.
Oh, okay. Well, my thing is with TNA now a thing, and like they don't really have really a lot of X Division guys, really. I mean, like not really, and I think this makes it like a more bolstered in that. Maybe it means the return of Super X Cup, maybe like where we take on the world.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, anything better with AAA would be great. So I don't know. I'm not sure if this was like a thanks for like Kingo kind of thing. And
that's what I meant.
Because I mean, how long has Taurus been there? How long has Laredo Kid been there? Aren't they both AAA? I'm pretty sure they're both AAA under contract.
I honestly, I think Taurus is gone from what I was reading, and it looks like we'll be going with Laredo Kid a lot more, which I liked that pairing way better than I did Trent 7, which I'm glad he is okay. He wasn't able to travel to the Hard to Kill event because of weather issues.
You're you're glad he's okay, but you hope he gets stuck wherever he is for a long time. You're just not going to say that because you're too nice. But yeah, I mean, listen, if this is more AAA guys, then that's awesome. Yeah, I said earlier, that's pretty big news. And there was a thing with Scott with the NFL Alumni Association for some kind of health program. And I mean, all that shit is good, you know? Cheez-Its, the NFL, AAA. Like, usually we don't see anything like this. So, and then maybe easily one of the matches of the night. I think there was 3 great matches. I don't know about you. The X Division title match.
Oh, I don't know if we mentioned the Josh in Hammerstone.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll get to that one. That was definitely that's one of my 3. And
yeah,
but what did you think about the X Division match? My only problem was, okay. Here's what was smart. They announced the deal right before this match, which made me think Vikingo could win. Other than that, I was like 80% on Sabin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I really like this though. Like I could tell Chris Sabin and Kushida were like,
oh yeah, great.
They were blown away by Vikingo. I could tell just by some of the stuff. Like, damn, we can't do that. You know what I mean? That just shows you how good the AAA talent really is. Like, I don't see having them a roster member for them to be a champ. I mean, they've let us have the Del Reyes championship for the women. There's no reason why we can't.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Pay it forward
totally.
and do this.
I totally agree. I would love to have seen. Yeah. And especially at a big show like this, it would have been nice. And kind of like a big coming out party for Vikingo, maybe in the United States, unless I'm missing something with, maybe he did with AEW, I'm not sure. But yeah, this was awesome. Vikingo fucking rules. There was just so many. I mean, I don't get into moves when it comes to matches like this. It was awesome. It's exactly what you think it would be with Vikingo, Kushida, and Sabin. And yeah, definitely watch that if you only have a few matches you're going to watch. Newcomer, it says on 411, Alex Hammerstone issued an open challenge and Josh accepted. So this was another match that kind of came out of nowhere. And again, got to mention Christian Thompson, who tweeted to Hammerstone something like, great job, and something like, would you like to come to TNA? Or like, we'd love to see you sign with TNA. And he liked it. So I think and I've read a bunch of things. It's like really clear. Hammerstone wants to come to TNA. For some reason, they haven't pulled the trigger yet. Kind of weird, no?
I wonder if it's some dollar signs or something. You know what I mean? Like the issue, or maybe maybe he doesn't want to commit to a full a full-time contract.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it sounds like, from everything I've read, it sounds like he really wants to be with TNA. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he showed in this match. I mean, talent is clearly not an issue. Like,
I know
I don't know. What was your match of the night? Was it
when I seen Hammerstone coming up the wrestling world? I wasn't really too impressed with him. I thought he was very green and he didn't really have much of a character.
I thought he was a little basic. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess he kind of got like into the weights and whatnot and cut his hair because he was being compared too much to Triple H.
He kind of comes up to me like a more jacked. It's funny because he reminds me of Josh a lot, and I could see that being a problem. Like, they're very, very similar. Like, they're not great characters. They're both awesome wrestlers. Like,
that's
they're kind of similarly awesome wrestlers. I mean, imagine them as a tag team, though. Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
okay, what was your favorite match of the night? Before we move on, was this your match of the night?
Hammerstone and.
That's funny. That's funny. You keep.
I would honestly. I don't know. I like the
Sorry, you keep bouncing in and out.
The X Division match.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. I don't know. It's a toss-up between the two. I really like both.
Yeah, for me it was the X Division match. I just love fucking total fun matches like that. But I mean, this was, and I'm with you. I'm I'm not even still a huge Hammerstone fan when it comes to like overall, because if anyone's listened, I'm a big character guy. And like, I feel like we already have one Josh. And I think maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know.
They might.
Or maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a weird thing, like, because he's been there. So it's like, if he comes back in like a month from now, it's not like he's, you know what I mean? So I was like, I feel like if you're going to keep him, like, keep him now. But whatever. They got a lot going on. So Josh got the win. That was, I mean, again, that was kind of like with Saban. I thought it was a little too obvious. Like, I would have literally bet a lot of money on Hammerstone not winning. But I did think there was a chance, I don't know about you, that Scott would come out and bring him a title after. Not a title, a contract.
Oh, yeah, I thought that too, just because that's kind of been his trademark the last months or so, like coming to the ring and
the place would have went fucking nuts.
Having a pen and paper in hand and ready to sign somebody.
Yeah.
But
and he might be the most, and he might be, he's probably more known than Speedball was, right? When Speedball did that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he's more known than Josh. He would be the most known guy, I think, if they did that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The crowd would have went insane.
Definitely, because most of the those talents spent most of their time up in Canada, and I know Speedball had been planning to come over, but then the pandemic and all that kind of came into play. And
all right, we are at 45 minutes. We have to get going. We got the tag team title matches. That was pretty fun. The Grizzly Veterans, who I'm just going to call them that. I like their name. I like the Grizzly Veterans. They don't look that young to me. Laredo Kid is always fun. Like you said, probably for us, it's a step up from the other dude. Bailey, always a fucking blast. I don't know. I feel like he was a little buried here. He's the wrestler of the year, and he was stuck in a tag team that had no chance of winning this match. I'm also interested in what the hell happens now with the Rascals, because the Rascals could never. That was one of the things. The Rascals cannot wrestle ABC for the titles again, right?
Yeah, I coming into this match though, I was kind of surprised we didn't get a subculture last minute kind of thing to replace.
I don't know where they're at.
But yeah, I was very.
It is bad. It is terrible weather.
For me, not knowing anything about the Grizzled young veterans. Is that what you said they're called?
Trying to trick you into going with my name. No, the Grizzly Veterans. Go ahead.
Grizzly Veterans. I wasn't really expecting much, but they have kind of tag team continuity.
No, sorry. It's actually. I don't want you to be wrong. It's actually the Grizzled Young Veterans, but I don't like that name. So, but yeah, I mean, you could see like they're in a tag team. And again, like, I feel like we don't ask for much. Like, it's a goddamn tag team. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a stuck together team. And like, it looks like they're signed. They had a good showing here. We'll get to the spoilers hopefully quick. But yeah, ABC got the win, kept the titles. And what the hell happens with the Rascals now? That's interesting. I mean, they could just wait until ABC loses the titles and then, go after the next one. But
I was very surprised we didn't see a Myron Reed sighting.
I totally thought something would happen. I totally thought like something would happen like that, and the Rascals would get the win because of the whole, that was their last chance kind of thing. Didn't think of Myron Reed though. Good job there. Then we get the Knockouts title match. Awesome, loved it. One of my favorite matches of the night. Top 3 for me. I liked it more than the main event. And again, I can't say enough about Trinity. Like, I did not think she was a great wrestler, and she has proved that she is. This was 15 minutes, Jordan and Trinity.
Oh my God!
Like, I never thought I would believe.
I didn't think Trinity would remain intact after coming out of this match, because Jordan was throwing her from pillar to post. This match.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say enough about Trinity, and anyone can go back to months ago when I was like, what the hell, Trinity? They're going to waste that much money on her? She's like a mid-card, whatever, but everything she did was great. She, class, everything, didn't say shit, didn't cry, didn't talk about how much she wanted to go back to WWE while she was working there, like a lot of people like Heath and whoever the hell else, and whatever. So yeah, she got the Jordan is the new champion. Like to see that. I would have liked to see heel Jordan though, instead of the whole respectful Jordan. But
Yeah, that
we'll
would be
see what
fair.
happens there.
We
And then
haven't seen
Shelly,
that.
yeah. I mean, heel Jordan, but also heel Jordan would just humiliate this roster, I believe, at the moment. So they're gonna need to. They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot of good things, but I don't know if anyone realized the knockouts are kind of falling apart. I mean, listen, like Giselle or not, she's the number one contender. Like that's kind of weak as shit compared to.
I think
mean,
that's kind of very telling about this current state of the knockouts. When you got
this is the knockouts we're talking about. Yeah. But to be fair, this was for a number one contender spot, and she's just going to get murdered by Jordan in a month, probably.
Although I could see some chicanery, like maybe she uses half of her Shataraj or whatever to like
beat Jordan and get the win.
Yeah, only because like they haven't pulled.
Why would you put that out into the world?
Because I just know the way the booking has been in the past. Things like that.
I'm gonna throw up.
I don't like it anymore.
I just got super nauseous. Okay,
just
ruined my day. Luckily we don't have too much left.
Ruin my day. Maybe I'll get my day ruined when people don't show up.
Well, I hope not, because I bet on those bastards. So, so Shelly and Moose, there was some shenanigans here with the system showing up. I loved it. That's what they are for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, am I crazy? Did the system not show up?
I'm
now looking through it fast. I could have.
No, they totally did in the form of D'Angelo Williams, and then I
think okay, that's right. Yeah,
somebody came down with him shortly afterwards, and then
that's right.
and Kushida come down.
They interrupted. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to be a rivalry going forward.
Yeah. So I mean, they did get. I mean, it kind of saved Shelly a little bit, or saves. Which is not the word, but Moose kind of needed a little help, or he got a little help. Maybe it wasn't needed. But yeah, very good match. Maybe great. We love Moose. We've been talking about wanting Moose as champion when he was in a goddamn tag team. Like, he just has the look. He's gigantic. He's fucking enormous. You can tell he's at the gym every fucking day. Then Nick Nemeth, a.k.a. Dolph, popped in.
Yeah,
and I don't know, but what was your reaction? Were you totally shocked?
Well, Jay, to be fair, kind of, I mean, if I wouldn't have known who Nick Nemeth is, only because of the online presence that's out there. But I haven't seen Dolph in so long. I didn't realize his hair grew out, and and he had that look. I thought he'd still have the short, kind of like Mr. Perfect kind of hairdo with maybe a ponytail, and I didn't know what it was at first. I kind of thought maybe it was like a kind of like a distraction, and it wasn't him, and it was somebody else.
Trent Seven.
no, I don't.
Poor Gary thought it was Trent Seven. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was sick. I actually jumped out of my seat a little. I didn't know. I thought they were just gonna botch it, like the TNA kind of LOL TNA, and it's somebody ridiculous at the end, like fucking Sabu, who we joked about, me and Robles or whoever, because he mentioned he wanted to have a match soon. And so yeah, Moose wins. He was celebrating a little with his team, and then I don't know about his music. I don't know if you noticed it. I was kind of not really paying attention, but he did have music. I don't know if it was good music.
Oh, Moose.
So then he Oh no, Nemeth.
Yeah, he definitely had a little bit of a remix of his theme. Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. I totally didn't catch that. I think I had a mute or something. So the system was kind of blocking the entrance. So that was cool. You know what I mean? And then he showed up out of the. I don't know where he came from.
Oh yeah, because they were like, yeah, he's coming through those tunnels, and then he just kind of pulled the
like that. Yeah.
And he hit the kind of like the.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. And he has a similar move too. He has a similar move as not similar, but the zigzag is kind of after a super kick. And I got to say, stick with one. Make the super kick your finisher or the zigzag, but whatever. Crowd loves the dude. He was over his shit. He was chanting TNA with the crowd. I mean, it was kind of the perfect fucking ending to a show like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the heel wins, but everyone's chanting TNA at the end.
Yeah. Did you catch that when he tried to rip his shirt? He started to grab the.
Oh yeah, he almost couldn't do it. Yeah,
he's afraid he's gonna rip both. That would have been embarrassing.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, okay. I thought he couldn't. I thought he was struggling to rip the shirt when I was looking at first.
Yeah, he couldn't rip it at first, but then I think he noticed he was going to grab the other one too along with it, and they're like, "Oh, we can't rip both." Got to have that TNA moment.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hell, he looked great.
Yeah, he did.
Looked jacked, looked great. I mean,
this is a kind of moment that's going to be
really.
It's going to be with us 20 years down the road. Even if there's no TNA in that time frame, you're going to have that memory.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited to see what happens. And okay, let's get to spoilers fast. Explosion. Sorry, spoiler time. Get the hell out of here if you don't want spoilers. Okay. Explosion. Rhino defeated Shira. Shira's still a thing. That's great. Joe Henry defeated Rich Swann. That's what I was talking about earlier. So I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, we're not big
Jake
Shira on the channel.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately,
and here's another one I hate.
He's been
Jake
in development
defeated
for like 12 years.
Yeah, seriously. Jake Something defeated the entire X Division. Mike Bailey, Vikingo, Miguel, Kushida, Laredo Kid. Why is this a fucking thing? This is what they did last year or 2 years ago with him. They have no idea. They never know what to do with this dude. So they stick him in the X Division and they make X Division monsters like Bailey and Vikingo and Miguel and Kushida and Laredo Kid look stupid.
This definitely takes us back to the era of, I don't know if you remember Pepper Parks, when he really shouldn't have been in the X Division. Yeah. And this Jake Something
is even worse because he's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's more
heavy. It's like you just look at this dude, you can say, yeah, no, he's not in the X Division. I mean, even Joe is short. This dude's fucking huge, and he doesn't do the flippy moves. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit. Whatever.
They need
comes
to
out, cuts a promo about TNA.
They need to get some big furry boots on Jake Something and make him the next Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Jesus. Anything else? Get him out. Get him nowhere. I don't want him anywhere in the X Division. So Dolph Nemeth cuts a promo about TNA. He vowed to win the world title. He said he will earn it. Macklin came out. Nemeth hit him with a zigzag. I mean, that should be cool. Macklin and friggin', you know what I mean? Nemeth starting off the first feud.
Oh, that's
not a huge fan of this one. Yeah, Macklin interrupted Nemeth. Like, could be. I guess it was like, oh, you want to? Yeah, I mean, just on paper, I'm reading it like, oh, you want to earn it? Here's your first fucking step, bitch. And like badass Macklin, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely
a fan of this one. We mentioned it before. Zia Brookside defeated Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, I'm not really down on that one, but like you said, we should probably try and let it play out on TV because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what happened there. There might have been like, sometimes people take notes where it says this happened after the match. Sometimes they don't. That's just life. 10 things could have happened during this match. We don't know. So the veterans, Jesus, I keep forgetting their fucking names.
Oh,
the Grizzly veterans. And here we go again. The Grizzly veterans defeated Kazarian and Eric Young, which, okay, I hate it as I'm reading it. 10 seconds later, Kazarian turned on Young after they had a miscommunication. So I like that because then they can go back to, okay, we had a miscommunication at Hard to Kill. We had a miscommunication here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just like it. And Kazarian as a heel is better.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely better as a heel.
Jay Vidal.
Look at SoCal. What was it? SoCal. The
uncensored. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah. Pull the trigger on the last part.
SoCal Uncensored. Great team. Jay Vidal come out, cut a promo and issued an open challenge. Don't like that. Don't like too many open challenges. That is just fucking boring and totally not booking, but PCO probably beat the piss out of him. And that, I'm sure that's short. And then supposedly there was a great match between Chris Bay, who defeated Kevin Knight. And this got a lot of time, supposedly, which I'm really happy for Kevin Knight. We both love this dude. He's really good when he gets time. And then afterwards, the Grizzly Veterans attack ABC. Okay, so Chris Bay was in the match, so I guess Ace was on the side. So I guess that's their next match for ABC. And I would not be surprised if these dudes come in and kind of win the titles pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, that happened with some.
Next up, Dirty Dango and Oleg. Yeah, Subculture and well, not those other dudes who I didn't like, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Aussie
blanking
Open.
on their name. Those the UK guys. Yeah, Aussie Open. Yeah. I wonder where they're at. Dango and Prudius defeated Dante King and Damian Drake, and I'm really hoping that's just in the wrong spot. And it says Prudius dominated, and Dango stayed on his phone. That's kind of funny, but I mean, it's Oleg fucking.
Well, remember, Jay,
it's Oleg Prudius, and I don't know. That sounds like it should be on Explosion.
He hates TNA.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't. Very confusing. Jordan defeats Trinity, and again, what was supposedly an awesome match. Giselle attacked both of them after the match, which I don't know, kind of leaves me laughing, not seeing anything more. Like, how can Giselle attack Jordan and Trinity without just getting the shit beaten out of her? I don't care if they just wrestled a fucking hour. And then Dolph Nick defeats Zach Wentz in his first ever match. Trey Miguel and Macklin attacked Nemeth after, but he fought them both off. And here's one I like. MK Ultra defeat Danny Luna and Jody Threat. So MK Ultra got a win. That was nice. And then they beat the shit out of them after the match, just proving they are badasses and maybe going to be used better. And then Josh Alexander defeats Will.
Danny Luna and Jody Threat.
Yeah, Danny. Yeah, they kind of just stuck them together as a team there, which I'm totally cool with, just to get a win out of MK Ultra, even though I don't like teams like that. But, you know, I love MK Ultra that much. Josh defeats Ospreay. Totally fucking shocked. I would have lost money on that. And then Team Okada and the Motor City Machine Guns beat the System. And Okada cut a promo after the match. And he he went down and he kissed the TNA logo. Basically a fuck you to everyone out there who keeps bringing up the story from like 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And that's about everything.
That's a wrap.
But fuck it. We're over an hour, so you've got mail. I'm just going to take this one question that we have. Not sure where it is here on the page. Just give me okay. I have two questions. The first is for Jay. How does it feel being wrong, you stupid piece of shit? Next is for Gary. How do you work with this loudmouth asshole? Johnny from Leicester. I'll take this Gary, then you can. First off, I have no problem being called a flip-flopper or whatever. Like, if you want to call me a flip-flopper for not sucking TNA's balls the last few months when they did nothing, then that's fine. And then, you know, I'm liking what they're doing now because they're doing different and better stuff. Like, I feel like people should be like that. Like, it shouldn't just be like, I love everything. TNA is the greatest. AEW is the greatest. Like, when things aren't the greatest. Like, TNA wasn't on for months. Like, we still don't know about the goddamn ratings. We know they're historically low. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I'm always, again, I don't like the fact that Scott is pushing his girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever they're called. I honestly don't know. I'm too old for that shit. Scott gave them a huge win on a historical show. That's something I've been talking about for a long time. But like, whatever. I mean, I would much rather be wrong than be watching shitty shows. And a lot of things we talked about are coming to happening. Jesus, did I miss it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm sorry, I missed it. But fucking Team Canada. There's a new Team Canada.
Oh yeah, and then they brought back the tunnel.
Sorry,
even if it's for one, even if it's just one tunnel, who cares? You know, I'm happy with that. It's at least back, and I do wonder if a lot of it is because of the size of the venue. Maybe they couldn't put a second one up.
Oh yeah, you're still stuck with the look, you goddamn freak. My big thing is we have two fucking factions. We have two not giant, but two big factions now. Like, I don't know. It looks like someone different is running and booking things. You know what I mean? Based on what we saw last year. So yeah, I don't mind being called whatever. But you can answer. How does it feel working with a loudmouth asshole, Gary?
What's that?
How does it feel working with a loudmouth asshole? Well, the question was, how does it feel working with a loudmouth asshole?
Nah, I know at the end of the day you want nothing but the best for Impact, and I mean I totally get like your pain on a lot, because like we can't have those times like we had, you know, in the early days of TNA, and you know I keep hoping that we can at least get some semblance, or however the word is, of our former self. And Hard to Kill this past Saturday took I think a very good sized step in the right direction.
Very well said. And that's it for us. We'll see you next week.